Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to RimWorld Ye Olde Knights, episode 15, where today, my friends and family, I bring you a tale of honor, glory, duty, and a little bit of friendship. Yeah, just a little bit. Speaking of friendship, we have a few of our Outlander compadres hanging out in our potato fields looking to trade some items. But unfortunately for us, and for them especially, we ended up having a man-hunting pack of rhinoceros entering the area who were very adamant on trying to murder any humans they came across. And just like that, before we knew it, unfortunately, our Outlander friends were being murdered and slaughtered out there in the field by the rhinoceros. We wouldn't be quick enough to save all of them, but maybe we could send out our Reapers and try to save some of them. We ended up sending out our Black Knights Guild with Shark at the reins, manning them at the rhinoceros, because our Reapers were a little bit tired and some of them were injured from the previous battle with the Empire. And plus, I do love seeing Shark and everyone swing those massive steel hammers at their enemies. We ended up saving one of the Outlanders, the others unfortunately died, but we would be able to rescue one and heal her and send her on her merry little way. Doing so, of course, would also gain us a bit more favor with our new Outlander compadres. We ended up gaining our very first harvest from our new rice fields. Look at all that rice. Get in there, Brex. Really get that rice. Oh boy. The king will be so pleased to turn all that rice into stew. To celebrate such a bountiful harvest this year, the king threw a drum party in the throne room for all to attend. I mean, just look how much fun everybody's having. Everyone's mingling. I'm really glad everyone loves each other and they're not all spiteful like the two faction guild kind of things, the Reapers and the Black Knights. I'm glad they all love each other. Look at those metal asses shaking. Unfortunately, though, even though it looks like a hell of a lot of fun, apparently it was a very boring drum party that they threw in the throne room. Somehow, I thought that everyone looked like they were having a good time. Maybe somebody cut the cheese. Who knows? But on a more somber note, the Queen decided to gather up all the jade that we had in storage and build a beautiful memorial statue in our crypt to all of those that had fallen in the previous episodes before. It told the tale of one of our past battles where we were victorious, truly a fitting shrine. Only the finest of jade would do to respect our dead. Unfortunately, though, respecting our dead would only go so far, as we now had a raid from the Empire. Unfortunately for these foolish Imperial Rangers, they came in the dark in separate groups in the rain. This was our territory and we knew it like the back of our hands, so we sent out our group of Reapers to reap them. No, but we're going to kill them. Lagua and his Reapers marched towards the eastern gate to engage the enemy in combat. We would ambush them in the dark and in the rain. They wouldn't even know what hit them. They hardly even put up a fight. Barely could defend themselves, the weaklings. Then one of them was trying to flee and Lagua began to chase him down, but he somehow speared Lagua into the chest. Luckily he's alive. Knocked him off his mount though, and we had to chase him down to murder him. On the way back to the keep, bringing Lagua home, we engaged the other group of Imperials and quickly slaughtered them with our rifles and with our large swords. Not all of them died though. One of them, who was a recon ranger, was somewhat tough and had survived our onslaught, so we decided to capture him. He may make a wonderful addition to the Reapers or to the Black Knights Guild. So we quickly threw him through the stone doors onto the stone ground next to his little bedroll and began the process of recruitment. Huzzah! Then finally, after a few swift tongue lashings from King George, the other ranger that we were recruiting finally joined us. I suppose we'll let him join the Reapers since they're a little low on manpower. I ended up catching the Queen smoking a feral cigarette in the warehouse. Very saucy. Oh, how the Queen loves her feral cigarettes. Jaguar, the Outlander that we had saved from the rhinoceros, now left the map, healed, to go tell the Outlanders how nice and gracious we are for saving her life. And then we ended up having a quest from the hostile Outlander group. I suppose maybe they realized the other Outlanders were friends with us and they wanted to get in on the action. Anyhow, they were requesting 8 workers for 18 days. In exchange, they would give us a shit ton of plasteel. So we swiftly accepted and began loading everyone up. We sent some of our casual nobility, some of the Black Knights Guild, and then 1 or 2 Reapers, just so we had an equal amount from kind of each like guild section sort of thing. And then we ended up getting all that plasteel, and that plasteel is going to be perfect for what we were talking about last episode with Brex some nice armor. And just as well, those Outlanders were now neutral with us. They weren't quite allies, but who knows, they could become allies in the future, and then we could all 3 team up against the Ferals and the Empire. Lumi worked tirelessly for days to finally finish up the plasteel knight armor for Brex. I hope you're happy, Brex. There's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in this armor, and some plasteel. The King, Queen, and Lagua all held something of a knighting ceremony for Brex in the throne room. Brex approached, the king whipped out his sword, tapped her lightly on each shoulder because that sword is very hot and spicy, and then we allowed her to put on her new armor. We even made her a beautiful devil strand scarf to go with her awesome kind of lightish blue plasteel armor. I thought the colors looked really good together. But now she would be our Royal Beastmaster. I don't know if I'm stuck on that title, or if you guys don't like it, let me know, but that's what I'm going to call her for now. But I hear you say, what will the Royal Beastmaster do, Rat Knight? Well, loyal viewer, allow me to explain. We're going to train up a bunch of boars and other animals and strap some metal on them and call it armor, and then Brex is going to march them into battle. Now these fancy pants animals can't be staying with our other rideable animals. We're going to have to put them in their own place. So we began mining out a spot to keep them in. We're going to build them their own beautiful little pen. Some time had passed though, and later on we ended up finally recruiting Hyena, who was the most recent Imperial Ranger that we were recruiting. Definitely not torturing and forcing to join us. Which was just perfect timing because we'd need him on the front lines. We had a bunch of man-hunting Huskies coming to murder us, and I thought this was a great time for the Reapers to go out and take Brex with them to kind of break her into her new armor and, you know, with her minigun and all that nice stuff. You know how the old saying goes, you gotta break a few omelets to make... Wait a minute, that's not right. Anyhow, we had the dogs coming at us, and we were firing upon them dogs, and they're yelping and all that stuff, and we ended up murdering every single one of those poor, pitiful little Huskies. Now, us killing all those poor little Huskies is the bad news, but I do have some good news, some great news, I might say. We ended up taming another Thrumbo somehow, and this one's a girl, meaning that we can breed her with Invincible. Ha ha, huzzah! I think this Thrumbo would make an excellent steed for the Queen. In the meantime, though, I believe I'm going to send Brex out on a trade mission with our Outlander partners so we can keep up good relations and see if they have any wonderful gear for us to buy. And anyhow, that way we could also sell them some of this useless garbage we have lying around in storage. Recon helmets, recon armor, all this trash that nobody's ever going to use. I mean, who would use this? What filth this is. After that trade mission was done, though, I decided that Brex and her boars, who now finally had their armor, should take and go on their own little adventure. Maybe we would drop some more stuff off to the Outlanders once again to kind of trade with them, but maybe we also murder some people at a hunting worksite, you know, just whatever. So I ended up giving our boars some names, such as Murderer and Blood. I thought they were appropriate. And I do want to take a quick second, though, to just say a great big thank you to Sergeant Cuddles, who had commented on the last video, asking if we were going to give Brex like a legion of hounds. You know, Sergeant Cuddles, that is a wonderful idea. I'm sorry I didn't get you those wonderful little hounds, but I hope boars will do. Blood and Murderer are going to be great, I promise you, just wait and see. While Brex was on her very long trading and murdering mission, our other colonists returned home from the worksite, thankfully. They were all unscathed and very happy, and we got our plasteel. I mean, we already got our plasteel, but, you know, we got our people and the plasteel now. But just after the trading mission with the Outlanders had concluded, we ended up sending Brex to a local hunting worksite to murder and slaughter every single living human soul that was there. Single-handedly, I might remind you, it's just going to be Brex and her minigun and monosword and 2 boars with steel armor. But single-handedly, Brex waltzed right up to this shitty little hunting work site, started turning the old minigun barrels and started opening fire on all of these fools. Unfortunately, all they had were bows and arrows and things like that, so it wouldn't be as enjoyable, but we'll still kill every one of them. We rained down hellfire on all of these filthy little hunters. Now, some of them, though, got a little ballsy and got a little close to Brex, thinking they could take her out and that minigun wouldn't do anything up close. Unfortunately for them, Brex whipped out the old mono sword and started chopping off limbs. One of the filthy freaking hunters tried to take Brex from behind by sneaking up on her. She jumped right around with that mono sword, firmly grasped and sliced his neck off and whatever else. Basically, she just killed everybody, okay? We all know how this is going to end. Brex and those boars, them hogs, they went through there and killed every single hunter they could find, except for 2 who were cowards and ran away. And then it was done. Brex and her 2 boars, Murderer and Blood, had taken out a 6-person hunting work site, single-handedly, all on their own. The Muffalo provided some emotional support from a distance, so they didn't really fight or anything. I guess I should add that we did lose 1 boar, but it was a baby boar that Murderer gave birth to on the way here, so it was kind of hard to protect it, and I didn't really care, to be honest. I know that's sad, but I don't give a shit. Joking, I kid. I love all of our animals, even those stupid little baby boar hogs. Anyhow, Brex finally returned home with her spoils of war. It was mostly just pemmican and some leathers. And a dead baby boar. But we still have our baby Muffalo, so that's good. But, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm going to go ahead and call this an episode 15 of RimWorld Ye Olde Knights. I very much hope you all have enjoyed, and thank you ever so much for watching. As always, and you already know what I'm going to say, you guys are absolutely wonderful, and I love every single one of you, and I really appreciate you guys, your support for me, the channel, the series, everything. You guys are indeed thebomb.com. Now, I do want to mention really quick before we leave here today off this video, some things to go over with you. I want to mention that we are now using Wind Chimes Animal Adjustments mod. It's a long day. I'm so sorry I can't talk. But this mod essentially is what we're using to train our boars. I think I'm looking at the mod as I speak here. So this will actually take wild boars because they have the trainability from none essentially to advanced. And they actually no longer need a pin to keep them from roaming. So they're kind of like dogs in that sort. I love the idea of having hounds, and we may do that as well, but I don't know, boars just to me really fit, and to be honest with you, they're super easy to obtain, and they're going to be really easy to breed as well. So that's why we went with boars. I might get some dogs or something too, though. And now also with this mod, Harry, our lynx, is no longer, none trainability. He is also advanced. So we'll be able to take Harry with us as well. Maybe we let Brex have Harry, I think. And, maybe we try and train some other lynxes and maybe breed them up. We could have an army of boars and lynxes. I thought of doing an army of rats. I really did. I thought that would be funny and enjoyable, but I don't know, in this series I feel like kind of like we're not really doing everything so goofy and stuff. Like, we tell jokes and stuff, but I feel like we're wanting to do things kind of not really serious. It is kind of goofy and funny sometimes, but kind of serious in the idea that we're wanting to destroy the Empire, and we're wanting to take down these people and take over the planet and all that stuff. So I kind of thought that's why we would go with that. You guys, if you have any other mod suggestions, please leave them in the comment section down below. I really appreciate you guys. Everyone's been leaving some wonderful comments and stuff like that of mods and everything, and I absolutely appreciate it. I'm looking into a lot of those right now, and I will continue to do so. But once again, thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.